All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, if you know anything about me, I try to help men with their, master their self confidence when it comes to many different aspects of their life. One of them is meeting women. And what I find interesting, regardless if you're a man or a woman, a lot of times I hear that, how do I say this? Basically, what I'm saying is I'm sick of hearing that there's no good men or women out there. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Actually, I believe it's quite the opposite. I believe there's millions of good men and women out there. I just think most men or women looking to find someone are just lazy. I also think they don't know what the hell they want. I also think they don't know how to put themselves at the right place at the right time to meet the right type of person. I also think they're very judgy. Now, you know, one other thing I think that I have to talk about regarding this is I think a lot of times people are just too cut and dry when meeting people. I talk a lot about this in my Mastering Self-Confidence program where men have a problem being friends with a woman. Just not a coworker, not somebody maybe they went to grade school with or high school with or whatever, a friend of a sister or something that you've known for years. I'm talking just meeting somebody randomly or being introduced and just being a friend with them. It's very hard, and I don't know why, especially for men, because it's kind of like, especially if they're interested in them, it's either cut or dry. They ask them out, they get rejected, they cut that person off. I talk about this a lot in my program. It's most of the time the most women that, especially if you're single, that you're meeting, they're not for you. But that doesn't mean they're friends, they're cousins, they're colleagues. They're maybe they know somebody that is for you, or at least will introduce you to someone else. But, you know, when it comes to meeting men and women, they sell themselves so short. Meeting somebody is about building a relationship first. It's a friendship. I try to preach this all the time, but especially when it comes to men, a lot of them don't get it. They either have to be with the woman, and if they're not with the woman they're interested in, they cannot associate themselves with this woman. A lot of times, they can't be kind to them. And a lot of times they blow it too because at that point in time, maybe she's not interested in you, but if you gave it time, she would be in the future. She also just may not be interested in being in a relationship. A woman may not just may have a lot of things on her mind. She may already be in a relationship, but that doesn't mean in the future she's not going to be in one. And, I think the same goes for women too. I think a lot of women sell themselves short with dudes. And I think it is easier a lot of times for a woman to be friends with a man. I'm not going to say that. I think that is, but I also think when they are interested in a man, let's say for instance, and that man at that point in time isn't interested in them or is, doing whatever, they kind of just quit. They give up on it. Now, I'm not telling you have to pursue a person like an animal or like a lunatic on social media or texting them or whatever. But again, if you're a woman and you meet a guy out there and it's kind of just not, you're into him and he's not into you at this point in time, let it simmer. Just chill out for a while. Even if you become friends on social media, right? And you just relax and see how things go. Because a lot of times as time goes on too, the person you think you're interested in, a lot of times the more you learn about them, the more you realize, wow, I'm actually not as interested in them as I thought I was. They're not who I thought they were. Or on the other hand, you'd be like, wow, they are absolutely, incredible. They're very interesting. So I'm happy I just didn't, lose this friendship at this point in time because you never know what it's going to develop into. But again, back to there's no good men, there's no good women, there's all this type of bullshit talk. It's ridiculous. Most men I know are cool. I'm going to tell you, I don't hang out with a lot of assholes. So I know hundreds of men. Most of them are good guys. I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of times we watch television or movies and they all have guys out being pigs or doing this and they get drunk and they do stupid shit. Yeah, we all do stupid shit. But most of my family members, my friends, colleagues are great guys. Women, if you know anything about me, I know a lot of women. There's no question. I have a lot of friends that are women that are beautiful that I've known throughout my life. Incredible people. And that goes for all over North America. I'm not just saying in Florida or people I met in California. I know so many nice, I shouldn't even say nice, just great, interesting people. And, when you're kind of alone trying to get into a relationship, I get it, because it becomes hard sometimes after a while, because you maybe try online dating, it's not working. You're trying the app thing, it's not working. You're trying to meet people out socially or publicly, and it's not working. And you're like, there's nothing out there. This is all bullshit. It's all trash. Guys are calling women whores. Men are calling women women are calling men slobs. Whatever we all kind of classify each other when things aren't going our way is ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, I discuss this all the time. There's 3.5 billion men, 3.5 billion women, roughly, right? I think there's somebody out there you can find. You just have to be patient. And instead of kind of being mad like, say, if you're a man, you're mad at women, or you're women, you're mad at men. I don't get all that stupid shit. And I don't understand how you can classify all women are this way, or all men are this way, and all men do this, and all women do that. Stop talking shit to yourself and other people. It's ignorant. I'm just saying, in my opinion, there's so many incredible people out there. I think a lot of times, too, when wanting to meet somebody, you can just reek of desperation. I call it deathspiration. I talk about it a lot in my program. If you just, again, learned how to chill and relax and look at everybody at the beginning, again, as a friend. Even if you're into them, or even if you're not necessarily. There's nothing wrong with having the opposite type sex as a friend, and multiple friends like that, even on social media, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying you got to be a fake collector where you got to start hanging out with, if you're a dude, all different types of girls and throw everybody in the friend zone and kind of play it that way. I'm not telling you to necessarily do that. But I will say, if you're a guy, yes, I would consider throwing women that you're meeting originally in the friend zone, because most likely that's where they're going to throw you. Even if they're interested in you or not, they have the patience a lot of times that a lot of men don't have. So it's almost like a lot of times, I'm not saying behave like a woman, but you got to look at it and protect yourself, because I do believe a lot of women, they know they're being pursued. A dude, you may not be being pursued, but you almost have to pretend you're being pursued. But women know a lot of times how to protect themselves differently, I think, than men. Men are like the gas pedal, green light, go. Women a lot of times are the brake, they're the red light, kind of putting things on hold for a while. Not everyone, some things move fast. But I just think, again, take your time. That's what it is all about. A lot of times, again, the people you're going to meet that you think you're interested in, you're going to be like, and it doesn't work out, you're going to be like, thank God I dodged that bullet. So, anyways, I just thought I would do a video on this, because I've been going back and forth with somebody a lot regarding this. One of my clients, and he's really incredible at just absorbing everything. And he brings up a lot of other things that he has studied and looked at, and how things were kind of the opposite of me when trying to help men, which is fast and kind of getting things done quickly, having sex fast, or getting women in bed fast and all that. And I'm actually quite the opposite. I say not the longer, but I would definitely take a substantial amount of time to sleep with a woman, because I definitely want to know her before I do that, because a lot of things can go wrong from that. Things don't always work out the way you plan, regarding that type of thing. So really be aware of that. So, all right, if you want to know more, you can just go to my Mastering Self-Confidence program. And again, don't sell yourself short, please, and have some patience. I get maybe if you're single and you've been single for a long time, you may have been dumped, you've been ghosted, and that happens in life, but that does not mean everyone out there is going to do that to you. And one last thing I will wrap up with, and if you're having problems dating or finding someone, you got to look at it a lot of times. A lot of times it's not them, it's you. I talk about that a lot. People got to acknowledge their behavior when maybe you're going on dates, it's an interrogation, or maybe you're just an asshole in general. Maybe you're like a Debbie Downer. I don't know what you are, but if people keep doing certain things to you, there's a reason why. Now, I'm not telling you got to change, but I'm just telling you, if things after a certain amount of years or even decades, if you're still having a lot of problems and keep saying, oh, yeah, it's all because of the opposite sex, I kind of find that hard to believe. I would say it's more on you than it is them. So, all right, that's all I got for you. Take care.